Welcome back, my terrible people, to another episode of the Terrible Cast. I'm your host, Tyrell Terrible, and before we start today's episode, don't forget to share, follow, or subscribe to the podcast. Also, follow me on Twitter at Tyrell Terrible. And with that, scripted nonsense out the way, y'all remember how the last episode went. Today we're talking about Zelda, but let's talk about what I'm doing right now. Right now, I have my headphones on. Like, I finally did what every other podcaster did and put headphones on their put their they put headphones on their while they're recording, and I finally did that. And it's gonna be hard for me to tell if there's a difference, but I'm guessing there is. Hopefully, because now I can hear my voice, which I just don't like listening to, but I finally submitted and finally decided to. And one day, I will actually have my topics on my screen and look up my topics on my screen rather than having it on my phone. One day, maybe I could do. You know what? Let's see if I can do that now. And hopefully the recording won't stop. No, I don't think I can because it's gonna fill up the whole screen. All right, never mind. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Zelda. So, the last episode, I'm pretty sure I had completed Zelda. Maybe. Last episode was 2 weeks ago. I haven't played Zelda in a long time. But yeah, I finished Zelda. I loved it. It was a pretty fun game. And I definitely want to 100% it. Or at least come close to 100%ing it. After this, there's going to be spoilers. Maybe, yeah. Because I'm not going to hold back. The game's been out for like a whole month. Almost a whole month by now. Yeah, so spoilers for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I love the game. The game was pretty cool. Because I never buy games at launch. Not at launch. I've never pre-ordered games that often. Like the only games that I have pre-ordered was Oxenfree 2, which is coming out in July, and Tears of the Kingdom. I pre-ordered Tears of the Kingdom 2 hours, like around 6 o'clock, and it was my first time pre-ordering a game, so I had no idea what it would be like, and I didn't know that they would just download the game on my Switch device, on my Switch, before the thing come out. So when I did that, I was like, oh, I'm finally going to be able to play the game before it launches. No, I didn't. It didn't work. I really thought I was going to. But yeah, I had to wait till 12 o'clock like everybody else. And I had no issue with that. So I just waited 12 o'clock. I must have been playing the dredge? The boat game. Dredging, I think so. Yeah, I was playing dredging, and I hope the microphone isn't that low. Cause I turned it down. I turned it down. Let me just turn it up a little bit, and hopefully it's better. Okay, let's talk about the game. So my second Zelda. This is technically my. Actually, let me just turn this down a little bit. This is actually my third Zelda game. First was Breath of the Wild. Second was Link's Awakening. I think so. And third was Tears of the Kingdom. So, the map, it was basically the same. Basically the same, but it was different at the same time. I knew where the stuff was at. I was able to guess, or yeah, when it came to the map, it was basically the same. Like, I definitely remember a couple of spots from the last game. I remember where you found the last teardrop for the Dragon Quest. I remember that area. I remember the castle per usual. I remember the locations of all the four people, the Garoons, and that's all I remember. bird people, the rock people, the fish people, and the lightning people, the Groons or the humans. Also, I think I found out that what's the name? Ganondorf. He might be a Groon. I think so. Maybe. I think he's a Garoon. Oh yeah, back to the story. I actually liked the story. It was pretty fun. I I every time I got to a story part, it made it so hard for me to put down the game because I barely did any side quests. Quests. When I'm able to hear my voice, I can hear how bad I sound. But yeah, I did some of the side quests. I didn't complete a lot of the bosses. Like I never fought one of those dragons that you see around the land. I think I did fought. I think the only actual boss I actually fought was a rock. Other than the story mode bosses, was the actual rock monster. Because I wait the rock monster and what's it called those things you find in Sky Island that just turns into blocks and stuff. I fought them, and they're I they're pretty easy. They're pretty, even though I did die on one of them before. They are pretty easy to deal with, and that was cool. I like some the shrines. I did like all the shrines. Like even though they did stump me on some of them, I did like them because I was doing one of them, and then after I watched the YouTuber, I was listening slash watching the YouTuber do it, and the way they did it was throwing. I did it by what's it called fusing some items together, some blocks together, and everything. Then hitting the ball to a pressure plate. While what they did was got a bomb. Fused a bomb with the pressure. Fused the bomb with an arrow. Then hit the pressure plate, and that worked. I didn't know that you could do that. So after that moment, I did try my best to remember that, and I did use that for some of the some of the shrines. And is that all? Yeah, some of the shrines. That's how I did that. Let's talk. I did like the Sky Islands. The Sky Islands, like the new area. Let's talk about the new areas because you do have Hyrule, but I did like the Sky Islands and stuff. What's the area? The Sky Islands. I did like them because they were out of out of every area, those were the least scary. But the thing is, I wasn't up there that often when it came to the Sky Islands. But I did like them. The depths. When I first entered the depths, I was freaking the fuck out. I did not like being down there. And so when it came to that, what was that one? Because I was trying to find where Ganon is, but I didn't know how to get there. So I was just wandering around, and I went to Joshua or the assistant to Peru, I think so. The old lady. I actually don't remember. I think she was old. Did she transform into a baby? Yeah, because she was around before Zelda was sick, before Breath of the Wild, and before the calamity did everything, and we died and went to sleep for 100 years. She was around, so she was old. Did she transform to a child? Did she grew up? So yeah, that lady. And wait, why was I talking about this? Oh yeah, I went to that lady's assistant, and I think her name is Joshua. I think so. I went to Joshua, and she said something about taking some pictures of what's it called, some statues, and following their areas. So I'm like, oh, if I do that, they would tell me where Ganon is. They did not. I just followed them, and they just led back. They led me to find. No, I found the Yiga clan. That's what I did. I did that, and I found the Yiga clan. I then I found I was like, dang, where is Zelda at? So I don't know if I looked it up or anything. I must have. I don't think I did though. I think because I was like, oh, Zelda, the Ganon thing is literally at the tree. The spawn point, the what's it called, the point, the map point is literally under the castle. So I literally went there and I was like, dang, where is this area that I'm supposed to go to? So I just constantly just walked around. Like, oh, maybe let me go out of everything. Let me go in everything. So let me just walk around the depths and every depths. And after I walked around the depths for literally an hour, I realized, you know what? This place isn't that scary as I thought it was. So that's where I found about the what are those people? Those things that buy poles and stuff. That's where I found most of the poles and everything. And one day I'm gonna go back to Zelda and actually try to complete that stuff because right now I think my spawn point is literally before we fight Ganon. So I have to deal with that. So after that I would literally have to, because you can't go back after that. You literally have to, maybe after they just send you back or something. Maybe that's what they do. But yeah, I literally had such an issue finding Ganon. And I think I literally just jumped down there one time and just looked around to see, is there like a gap or something I'm supposed to search for? Because when it came to this game, I didn't have to search up a lot of stuff sometimes. I didn't have to search up some of the shrines. I don't think I had to search up none of the shrines. I I think one time I had to search up where the what's it called, where was an access point, because I was looking for the air an area and I was just constantly going back and forth in a circle, and I was like, oh, where is this area for me to find where this what's it called, the map. Somebody outside. Okay, I was looking for to see where this final statue was gonna lead. Then I was I decided, you know what, I'm not having fun. Let me look up where the statue is. Then I found out I was supposed to go to the bird area and dive in a hole there, and that's where I will find the final area. And that's where I thought, no, I found Autoville before that. But yeah, that's where I found the defeated the Yiga clan member for the final time. But okay, let's talk about some of the enemies. Those hands, before I go talk about the actual game. Let's not put my phone on a microphone. Put my phone on a cord. I'm gonna put my phone right here. Let's talk about some of the enemies in that game. Let's talk about the trees and the hands, because those were the freakiest shits ever. I I will be minding my own business, and then I'll be like, oh, it's turning red. The sun moon is about to heart. The sun moon, the blood moon was about to start. And this, okay, I might digress for a little bit. Did you notice after we fight Ganon for the first time, all his phantoms and everything? After you fight the phantom, no, after it was revealed that this is a spoiler, that Ganon was what's it called? Ganon was not cosplaying. He was cosplaying, but Ganon was, what's the word? I don't want to say cosplaying. It's distract. Nope. Guys, help me. People, help me out. Help me out, dude. Help me out. Distracting design at it's literally at the tip of my tongue. It was looking like Zelda. That's what I'm gonna say. It was looking like he was looking like Zelda. He was an illusion, and we noticed that he did that before. And one of the Dragon Tears memories, he did that before. So I didn't find that out after. I found it out after, but yeah, after that, you don't see Zelda in the Blood Moon thing anymore. It's just so quiet, and I never looked it up, and I'm pretty sure I can't look it up before, because I think there's something going on with Reddit where people moderators are just leaving privating their I'm saying a lot. Privating their Reddit forums and stuff. Okay. Let's see how I got here. What? How did I got here? What were you talking about? Yikes. Zelda, Blood Moon. We're talking about trees. The trees and the hands. The hands. I always thought that they were just before I just thought they were blood moons because I didn't see no hands around. And I was minding my own business. Then out of nowhere, these hands just appear, and it's so hard to tell that they're enemies because you'll just think, oh, it's just the blood moon. The blood moon's about to rise and stuff like Zelda, like costume Zelda, illusion Zelda, puppet Zelda. That's what a puppet Ganon's puppet Zelda saying everything. So I'm like, oh, I'm just minding my business. Then some hand. Then I'm like, oh, why is there gloom following me? Then you look behind you. There's some motherfucking hands following you, running around. And I feel, and the only time I want to say I defeated one hand before you had to do the tree mission. I defeated one hand before that. And that's where you and then after oh yeah, I was looking for dragon tears most likely. Yeah, I was looking for dragon tears. Then at a point, a lot of the not Deku trees, the Koroks, they started saying, "Oh, hey, there's some shit going down behind the castle in the Lost Forest. It would be pretty cool if you help us out and everything." And I'm like, you know what? Let me deal with this because I'm getting real sick of them saying, rather than saying, "Oh, thank you, you found me," and all that stuff. They had a lot to say, So I dealt with that, and that's where I found the Deku. Am I calling right the Deku tree? That's where I dealt with the Deku tree stuff, and that's where I actually fought the hands and stuff, the hands, and actually defeated them for the first time. Also, let's talk. Okay, let's talk about the trees and how they scared me. They scared the shit out of me. They literally would just pop out of nowhere, and I never expected them. I'm like, dang, let me go cut some apples and everything. And then suddenly trees would just pop out of nowhere and start attacking me. And I was like, holy shit. Oh my gosh, that is some scary shit. But okay, Deku Tree, I defeated the boss. And he just told me, he showed a memory saying, "Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking about something that Gab's Molder was doing. I might need to recheck her video because I was seeing if she was doing more dragon. Oh wait, no, wait. Never mind. She was not. She was what's it called? I think she found a dragon and stuff, and a memory appeared. So yeah, then well, oh yeah, that's how I defeated the hands and everything. Dang, I feel like I'm going out of order and everything. But oh well. Yeah, I actually, when it came to the dragon tears, I had no idea what to do with them. I just thought, oh, I'm just supposed to take some pictures of them, and suddenly stuff would happen. But then I talked to one of the people, Impa. I talked to Impa, and she told me what to do with the dragon tears. So then I started collecting all of them. Then we found the story of how Zelda went to the past and everything, and what was that? I've heard people didn't like her voice. I don't hate her voice. Her voice is pretty okay to me. I don't know why some people have a problem with her voice, but I'm perfectly fine with it. I think it's suits her. Some people say it doesn't. Maybe it's because her accent sounds super high. It sounds like it's trying to be British, but it's not. Maybe that's the reason. I need some water. I need to stay hydrated. Ugh. Yeah, maybe that's the reason why people don't like her voice. I'm okay with her voice though. But what was that one memory? Yeah, let me pause this and get some water. All right, let's start this again. Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know what this thing is. Hopefully, nothing's happening right here in this area. Yeah, when it came to like her voice actor actually went off. And that one scene where she tells Link to protect them all, and where she, spoilers again, turned to a dragon. It was so badass. I fuck with that scene. I rewatch that scene every time. I like watching people react to it. I don't know. It just felt like a powerful moment, and her voice actor did a really good job at that. I don't know why people don't like her voice. Her voice is pretty. Her voice is pretty good to me. That's all I'm saying. But you know what? That's the thing. I enjoyed the story. The story was pretty good. I had fun. I did. I had fun with that story, even though I kind of did guess the it was story. The when she went to Maru, it said to and Maru said something about to eat, to become a dragon is to lose yourself and everything, and finding out she eat the seed and become one. And that's how I guess she would become a dragon and everything. I was like, oh, she's gonna become a dragon. I didn't guess what dragon she was, nor did I found what's it called? Nor did I find the secretary. No, nor did I found the dragon before that and everything. Okay, what else? I actually want to talk about I really want to talk about the Link or the Zelda Link the Zelda Link ship. I kind of like how they. I hope Nintendo doesn't ever make them a official couple. Like what we know is like Mario and Peach, they are clearly together. Bowser and Luigi, they're clearly together. Or Daisy and Luigi, if you want to be like that. Daisy and Luigi are clearly together. But when it comes to Zelda and Link, I feel like it's okay. I feel like they should just keep their what's it called, relationship strictly platonic for the long haul. And now that they are doing a movie, I hope that now that they're doing a movie, I hope they just keep it like a platonic relationship. Also, let's talk about that movie that Illuminate might be doing. I kind of hope I don't want Zelda, not Zelda. I don't want Link to talk in the movie. And I understand Link doesn't talk because, and I'm talking about out of story reason, because the creator said, I want to create the what's it called? I want the player to feel like they are Zelda in the moment. And I'm pretty okay with I'm okay with that. But I do want Zelda and I want Link to be, what's it called? Not deaf. A mute protagonist in the movie. Like I think it would be pretty cool to have like a mute protagonist, but I feel like they won't do it because what we do know is that a lot of people don't like to read subtitles. So if Link that is a muted protagonist, not only not only will you get people saying, "Oh, this is woke," this is will say it's woke and everything, but I feel like a lot of other gamers would be mad at it because I guess they will want Zelda and Link to have a voice and stuff. But if they do that, Link will that voice will be indefinitely on Link, because Link did have a voice before. The excuse be princess voice. But I just feel like when it comes to the movie, I this might be the final thing what we talk about. I don't want Link to talk. I think old Troyo boy did a video about that, and I'm just gonna say it. I don't think Link should talk in the movie. I think he should be a mute protagonist. Either use sign language to talk, or just have somebody talk for him. That's it. But yeah, that's my experience with Zelda, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. And with that, thank you everyone for listening to my terrible podcast. Hopefully you will get another podcast episode next Terrible Thursday. Until then, talk to you later.